Our research shows that the generations agree that recognition is meaningful when it's given by a leader, personalized, and connected to specific contributions made by the employee. So I'm wondering, in your experience, what makes recognition meaningful? And do you maybe have an example? I think, Linda, you had an example for this.
Yes, for me, recognition is really meaningful when it's a surprise. When I'm really not expecting anything, I'm just going about my business, doing my job. When I'm maybe putting extra effort or asked to do something different, I might think about it a little bit, but I'm still not expecting it. A really good example of this in my experience was about a year and a half ago when we closed the physical office here in Southern California. And it was really my responsibility to handle all of that, the movers, the donations, getting everything closed down legally. And on the last day that I was in the office, the managing director in the area came in to gather a few things and surprised me with a gold award. And I just was not expecting that. To me, this was just something I was doing. It's what I was meant to do, and I did it. So I love that aspect of surprise when it comes to rewards.
I love that. Yeah, it sounds like maybe the expectation of a reward wasn't your motivation, or
Oh, no.
something that you were necessarily seeking out. Um, but having that kind of validation after the fact really made it more meaningful and special to you.
Yeah, absolutely, it did.
I love that.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
I can contribute to that. Um, I feel like recognition that means a lot to me usually comes from someone that I've worked with personally, someone that's been able to see the way I work and what I've done up close. And so I know that they know what's gone into it, and how much time has been spent, things like that. An example of this was I was on a team doing a big initiative for a client, and my portion was relatively small compared to everyone else. And I wouldn't have been surprised if I wasn't recognized because all I really did was make a small graphic that was included on some products. But I ended up getting recognized with that group, and that was because my leader was able to see what I had done and how I had contributed. And I think even though I thought it was a small portion, she was able to see that it was actually pretty important. That made me feel really good about my work. Um, Made me feel like part of a team. So
I love that. Yeah, and thinking about how other folks in your generation are also, at the beginning of their careers, um, using it as a time to support and encourage and to make you
mhm.
feel included in a bigger team effort. I love that.
Yeah, I should also add, I guess, that I'm also new to OC Tanner. I've only been there for about 6 or 7 months. So I think feeling part of the team, I mean, help me just feel like I'm doing what I need to be doing and doing a good job. So
Yeah, absolutely.
mhm.
Anyone else? Stephen, Selma?
Um, Maybe I mean, I love how Maureen talked about the fact that it's definitely more special when it's coming from someone you worked with, somebody, your peer, or your supervisor. But I would also add that it really is more meaningful when it's timely, when it's given really close to the actual accomplishment. If it's not, it kind of loses that appeal for me personally and becomes, what I've done like a month ago, it became an old news. I've already moved on to a different project. So if it's not done timely, I think it loses that ability to create a more kind of a connection to the actual achievement, into my team and the celebration. So I think that's definitely something to keep in mind when deciding when to recognize somebody.
Yeah, and that really goes back to showing that whoever gave you the recognition has been paying attention,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yes,
has been following the progress of your effort.
definitely.
Yeah. Stephen?
Yeah, yeah. The key word there to me is time, both timeliness and the timing of it, because similar to Maureen, I'm relatively new to the organization, and it's funny. One of the key moments that sticks out is like Maureen's, maybe a smaller moment to where it was just a little thing that I contributed. Um, but this was within the first few weeks that I was with the company, and And just because I was so new and I felt seen on this small thing, really, it meant it just meant a lot disproportionate to the amount of effort that I felt that I put in.
Yeah,
Mm.
I love that. We're all so humble. And I do think that that is the key to recognition, is that most people aren't seeking it out. But it just helps them feel included. It helps them feel like their work matters and like it's being seen and valued.